Thanks everybody for coming. This is our bowl announcement press conference, even though it obviously got announced yesterday. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Brohm, and then an opening statement from Mike, and then questions, please. Coach, go ahead. Okay.
Well, we're excited to get the Citrus Bowl bid. Our team worked really hard this year and found a way to get the championship game. And played hard, came up short, of course, and didn't play as well in the second half as we would like. But we're able to advance, play another highly ranked, high-caliber team in LSU down in Florida at the Citrus Bowl. And I know our guys will respond. And after a little bit of break of football and concentrate on academics, we'll get back to practice here soon. And I think they'll prepare hard to play a quality opponent. And I know our fans will be excited about going down to Florida for a warm bowl game.
All right, thanks for everybody for being here. Coach Shondell, I can't wait for your questions. Good to see you back there. I just want to reiterate some of what Jeff said. Coming off the Big Ten championship game on Saturday night, what a great moment that was for, while the outcome wasn't what we hoped it would be, I still don't believe the score was indicative of how competitive that game was and how well our team and our fan base represented us. It was just a terrific moment and a really great step for Purdue football in lots of ways. So that was a really, really, really good thing, and as was this season. And we're really looking forward to capping it off down in Florida at the Citrus Bowl. We're so appreciative of that invitation, what it means, again, for our program and just that progression that we've been under over these last 6 years under Jeff's leadership has been tremendous, and we look forward to continuing that. And to not appear to be completely naive or brain dead up here, we recognize that the world is in motion around us. We all know that. That's not today's focus of conversation. There has been no anything from our side or anybody's side at this point in time with regard to anything else. So our purpose today is to talk about our team, our upcoming bowl game, and reflect on that. So just appreciate everybody knowing that. And again, we're fully aware of what's happening elsewhere, but that's what's happening elsewhere, not what's happening here right now. So.
Questions, please. Please signal on mic. We brought you.
And Jeff, just a chance to measure yourself against an SEC opponent for the third year in a row. What that means to you, and it's got to intrigue you, I would think.
Well, it's another great challenge, and we always look forward to playing high-caliber opponents. Even though I thought we competed well against Michigan, especially in the first half, as a head coach, you lose sleep over some things you could have done different in the second half, and of course I have ever since, even though I did think we played hard and we had our chances. But now we got a chance to play another really, really high-caliber, highly talented team, which well coached, that's won some big football games, beat Alabama. So we're going to have to figure out a way to play a solid 60 minutes of football, and that's what's intriguing for myself and our team is, can we step up to the plate and up to that challenge because it'll present itself here in a month.
What about going against Brian Kelly? You coached against him last year at Notre Dame, and just what he brings to the table schematically and the challenges that he presents.
Well, I think Coach Kelly has coached a lot of football. I have a lot of respect for him because he's a hard-nosed, tough, football-minded coach that's been able to, take LSU to a great season this year, even though they started off maybe not exactly they wanted, but they've kind of taken on as a personality. They played hard-nosed, smash-mouth football. They have an athletic quarterback, even though their other quarterback came in the game and did a good job. Really strong defense. Their defense coordinators coached a lot of football in the NFL and college. And they have a lot of talent. So, like I said, it'll be something that will be a great measuring stick for our team.
And I know this is a crazy time with rosters and whatnot. Is there any news on guys who may not play because of injury? Just of that nature, guys who may opt out, or is that something you'll address in the next week or two?
Well, it's constantly going to change. I know yesterday I was on the road all day recruiting with our coaches, making visits. Got to do that right after this over as well in Indianapolis most of the day. Had to meet with a couple players this morning. So there's a lot of things in motion right now, and we want to do what's best for all of our guys, but I think we got a good nucleus of guys that understand what's important. feel good about the team that we've built. But you're always going to have people that want to make other decisions. So in the end, we're going to support them all, and we're going to play with the young men that want to be here and be a part of it. And I know those guys will do a great job. But if someone thinks there's a better opportunity somewhere else or wants to look into that, we'll support that as well.
Can you just talk real briefly to maybe what you're looking for in the portal?
Well, like every year, we'll evaluate the roster and try to improve it. And you always look for big guys that can play on both sides of the front, offense and defense. That's always just something you look at. And I just think we'll analyze the needs we have on our team. And right now we're in the process of doing that. And we'll know more information, but I just think there are certain things that stand out that I don't want to get into great detail yet because we still want to talk to some of our guys on our team and see who's going to be back here or not. But really every position, if we think it can help our team, will be open.
Further questions? Mike, did you kind of get a sense that the Citrus Bowl was where you were going to land, and then can you kind of elaborate on the excitement of a chance to play in LSU?
Sure. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, as the last couple of weeks have unfolded, they clearly became one of the primary options for us as we sort of projected out how the rest of the field might go. We still, I think, had we had an opportunity had we won the game Saturday night to play ourselves into Pasadena, which would have been another obviously huge opportunity for us. But the Citrus Bowl is a great destination. We're really excited about it. It is the it's one of the premier bowl games in the country. It's a great destination for our fans, for our team. They do a great job. We're going to play a great opponent, so it's all good from every perspective. I think it's really just sort of a next step in the progression and growth of our program.
Jeff, obviously it's not your focus today, but can you just address everything that's in motion around Purdue right now in terms of? I know it was very hard for you to turn down Louisville last time, but it's safe to say your name's going to come up again. Can you just kind of tell us where your mind is right now with that?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I know more than you guys do, and was in some meetings this morning and got some texts about Twitter, so I found out on Twitter what was going on in the college world. But other than that, I know no more information.
Next questions for Coach or Mike?
Jeff, obviously, with that opening, there's going to be distractions, and you've done this before. How do you kind of balance, blocking out the noise for you, for your team, while you're trying to also prepare for a big-time game?
Well, that's college football every year at this time of the year, and our team's done a good job. I think we all know that myself and our team, we want to win. We want to work hard. We want to prove people what we can get done. Anytime we lose, we take it personal, and we try to go about finding a way to get better. And like I said, while I love the way we competed in the last game, I wish we could have just done a little bit more in the second half to be more efficient. So how can we figure out ways to get better at that is going to be a big goal these next couple of weeks.
Just how big would it be, obviously, like last season, the overtime win over Tennessee to cap the year with another victory?
Well, it'd be huge because, it felt good ending last season on a victory like that, basically finding a way, as we know now, to beat a really good Tennessee team, basically on their home turf, with some new guys stepping up and making plays. And we had a great fan turnout. The game was sold out. I mean, yes, it was a great feeling. It made you go into the offseason at least smiling for a little bit and feeling good about what you accomplished. And even though we accomplished quite a bit this year, you want to try to go out with a win. And, we're going to have our hands full. So there's a lot of things we got to do well in order to win. So we've got to really figure that out as coaches and work hard and just try to play a more efficient game of football against a really, really talented team.
So you faced Auburn, you faced Tennessee in games like this. What can you, say about the level of athleticism you're probably going to see from LSU?
Well, that's the challenge. They're going to have really elite athletes at every position. They've always look the part getting off the bus, and I'm sure they do as well at this point. I do think they're going to be well coached. Coach Kelly has the pedigree and background where he gets his guys ready to play, and I think they'll be up for this football game. So for us, like I said, it's a great measuring stick, and it can either propel you to figure out a way to win the game, or it can teach you some lessons, if you come out with the ending you don't want. But it will be a real test, and we will have to, really play very efficient football. And, I think as we learn playing those type of teams, man, all three segments got to be hitting, and our defense has to be solid throughout the game and figure out a way to get turnovers and prevent big plays. Our offense has to be precise, not turn it over, and execute in key situations like the red zone when we get a chance. And special teams has to get an advantage. So it's just one of those games where to play high level football, you gotta perform well.
For Mike, this is the first time Purdue's been to the Citrus Bowl. You expect a good response from your people for this one because it's the first time you've been there. Purdue hasn't been to Orlando in I can't remember how long, but
gosh, yeah, it's been a long time. I would, Brian. Our fans have been spectacular these last couple of years. Actually, for several years now, they've been just really, really good. They've showed up at our last couple bowl games in huge numbers. I think the fact that we're in Florida at a really good time of the year during that holiday stretch will do nothing but be really attractive to them. So we expect that they'll be there. Last Saturday night they did it down in Indy. Our students were great, as they have been all year long. We hope we can get a bunch of them down to Orlando also. But I fully expect we'll have a great Purdue turnout.
Time for a couple more questions.
Jeff, the Citrus Bowl tweeted out the video of you from your XFL days last night, and I'm sure that you're going to hear that quite a bit. But kind of take me back to just playing there and memories you have of Camping World Stadium.
Well, that's when life was a lot of fun and you had no worries. But no, I really enjoyed it. I'd kind of was able to hang on in the NFL for a while and last as a backup and have a lot of good memories there, learn a lot along the way. Thought I was kind of done playing. Then they came out with the XFL and was able to get drafted by Orlando and be the quarterback there. And actually had a lot of fun. I mean, it was one of those leagues that was new. It was fresh. We sold out our first football game, and I remember they said they sold more alcohol by halftime than any event they've ever had in the Citrus Bowl, and looking at the crowd, I can believe it. And then, of course, the crowds went down a little bit, but for us, we normally drew pretty well, but had a lot of fun playing. And it wasn't great for a quarterback because everybody made the same amount of money, but it was great for the team because the best players played. Didn't matter where you got drafted, what you were making. Every player got a little bit extra if you won. It was just kind of a good setup they had for guys that were either trying to make it to the NFL or just trying to hang on like myself and play the game that they love. But had a lot of fun. Enjoyed living in that area, and still can recall quite a few of those memories.
And last thing, I know you've been busy this morning, but has Louisville tried to contact you at all or tried to reach out to you this morning?
No, there's been no contact.
do you know what your practice plan is yet? What your travel plan looks like? Things like that.
Well, it's a busy starting yesterday, even though the recruiting period picked up on Friday, but we were in a game yesterday. Everyone has been out, and that'll continue for the next 2 weeks. Last year, I believe we started practice this upcoming Friday, but we ended a week early, so I'm going to assume next Thursday or Friday, the following Thursday or Friday is when we'd start up, because I think our guys do need a break. They've been going hard for a long time, and they got to concentrate on schoolwork a little bit and make sure they get caught up with that, and get their body fresh, and we want them fresh so that when we start bowl prep, they're excited and ready to go.
Anything else for these guys? One more.
Jeff, a lot of people in the media and things like that talk about these bowl games. They don't have the same meaning behind them as maybe they used to. What would you say to those people based off your experiences, especially at Purdue?
Well, I think every game matters, and we try to convey that to our players. But at the same time, we understand how this world works, and we want to be open to whatever's best for everybody. But we want to try to win a football game, and it's a big deal. It's another football game against a quality opponent. It's great for our fans. It's great for our players that are coming back. It's great for our players that maybe aren't coming back but want to finish with a bang and do something special and beat a great opponent, in the Citrus Bowl. And so I think, we want everybody to play in the football game and give it everything they got and, try to play their best game to date. And that's always going to be our goal, and that'll be our goal for this game as well.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, guys.